Hi, my name is Laurie Little. I am one of the faculty for Nursing 4895 for the fall. There are actually four instructors. This is a team taught course. All sessions are the same. There are four instructors, as I said. There's myself, Laurie Little, Mrs. Patty O'Donnell, Dr. Melissa Shelton, and Dr. Joan Pearl. I wanted to take a few minutes to talk with you about several things. First of all, in this first week, you're going to be doing a couple of things that are important. First, you're going to be doing your introduction and syllabus quiz. These are both very important that you get done by August 30th at 5 p.m. That is the deadline. These two assignments are not difficult, but they serve as a roll call. And the reason they are so important is that they must be done by 5 p.m. August 30th, which is a Friday, the first week of class. Because they serve as roll call, if they are not done by that time period, you will automatically be dropped from the course. So just so you know, make sure you get those in. So since you're doing an introduction, I thought I would take a little bit of time to introduce myself for those of you who will be having me as your instructor. Again, my name is Laurie Little, and I want to talk a little bit about who I am and where I'm from, just so you know who you're working with. I am originally from the Kansas City metropolitan area. I grew up in a small town called Stillwell, Kansas. My original education as a nurse was as a diploma nurse. For those of you who may not know what that is, it's a 3-year nursing program, which was the actual original method of educating professional nurses. They no longer teach that way. I was one of the last graduating classes, at least in my area. I, like you, went on and received my bachelor's degree, and I received my master's from the University of Iowa. I'm definitely a Midwestern girl, and I'm currently pursuing my doctorate of nursing as well. My clinical background has always been in cardiovascular ICU or ER shock trauma. Adults, I do big people. So, held lots of different roles within that kind of clinical background. I've done a little bit of management, some clinical research, obviously education. I've had the opportunity to teach clinically, both in the associate's level and the baccalaureate prior to coming to USF. So I'm married, have a small dog, a grown son. I do live in Jacksonville, Florida, so I'm not in Tampa, so my office hours are virtual. I am available 7 days a week. You can reach me by telephone from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can also reach me by text. All of my phone numbers are listed in the syllabus and also under the Meet Your Instructor tab. I will also take office hours by appointment. You can FaceTime with me if you prefer. So that's a little bit about me, my introduction. I want to talk a little bit about expectations of what you can expect from your instructors and what we expect from you as a student, and what you can expect from an online course if you haven't taken one, because they are a little bit different. First of all, as what you can expect from your instructor, first, we are all wanting very much for you to succeed. We are very available. Every instructor will post their preference for contact and office hours on their syllabus. So whomever is your instructor, just look under the Meet Instructor tab and it will list on there their preference of contact and what hours you can contact them within. If for some reason you have attempted to contact them and not heard back within 48 hours, you need to contact them again. Odds are, for whatever reason, they did not receive the message, because they should contact you within 48 hours, Monday through Friday. And if they have any other issues or preferences, they'll let you know what those are. The other thing, as far as what we expect from you, It also helps you, I'm sure will be looking at the syllabus about late assignments. There is a penalty if you have not contacted your instructor for late assignments. If you turn it in without permission for it to be late, there is an automatic 10% deduction. If you don't contact your instructor and 2 weeks go by, it's an automatic 50% deduction. So communication is key. Most instructors are very willing to work with you. We know that you all have families and lives, and you're not traditional students, you're already working professionals, and we know things happen and things come up, but really it's about communication. So contact your instructor if you're having problems. We prefer that you don't contact us an hour or two before the assignment is due. Certainly things happen. We know death in families, or you become acutely ill, things like that can happen. But as a rule, we prefer that you contact us prior to, so we can help you work out a plan. Some things that will help you succeed in an online course, and that's a little bit different than a traditional course. A lot of students have problems with time management. In a traditional course, you're going to the classroom, and so you have that sort of accountability with an instructor and with your peers as far as, oh, my assignment's due, did I get it done? Everybody's turning in their papers, and so you sort of have that reminder, which you don't have as much online. It's very much based on adult learning, and so probably the most helpful thing, I think, is at the very beginning of the semester, rather than just looking at what the first assignment is due, look at the course as a whole, use whatever it is that you use as far as organizational techniques, some type of a calendar, and write down when all of your assignments are due so that you have a sense of what you're going to have to do throughout the semester. All courses, any course is going to build in knowledge from beginning to end. This course is no different. This course, as you know, is based on patient education. What we're going to ask you to do at the very beginning of this course is to select a topic of your choosing on patient education and stay with that topic throughout the semester, because each assignment is going to build one upon another. So, for example, if you chose to teach on helping a patient learn how to give themselves an insulin injection, you would develop behavioral objectives, and then eventually a teaching plan, same topic, PowerPoint, same topic, and finish off with a patient document, same topic. So you see where I'm going here? It makes it much easier if you sort of plan ahead, and if you know what's coming next, you can sort of guide what your assignments are and kind of map it out. It just makes it easier for you if you sort of understand where you're going. So I would really recommend just taking 15 minutes and just look at the course as a whole and make sure you understand what's coming down the pipe. If you have any issues and don't know how to do an assignment, don't wait. Call your instructor, let them help you, walk you through it. They can usually do that very quickly. So the other thing that I want to talk just briefly about is a term that you may be familiar with and you may not, is evidence-based practice, EBP. You're going to hear that term a lot as you go through the course. Many of you are seasoned professionals, and as you know, in nursing, we use nursing lore a lot. We do things because we know they work, not necessarily grounded in scientific evidence, but we know they work. They're just sort of passed down. So in this course and moving forward, as you are working towards becoming a scholar, we are going to ask you to go to the literature and to find support for what it is that you're teaching. And that support that we're asking you to find is evidence-based practice. And what that means is a peer-reviewed scientific journal recent article. It has to be the United States. It can't come from Jordan, written in Arabic. I know that sounds silly, but you never know. So it needs to be United States based, 5 years or less, And if you're having problems, contact your instructor and they can guide you. The other thing I would tell you is that you have a great resource on the front page of your course. And I know that they probably went through this at the STARS orientation, but just to reinforce, when you go to your home page, there's a tab that's called Support. When you click on that, you can go, there's Schimberg Library, you go click on that, it'll take you straight to where you can, do a search, CINAHL, go through the journals and look for your topic. If you're having problems, you can actually do an online chat with a librarian who will help you locate a source. You need to give them time to do that. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a service that's available to you as a USF student. If you live in Tampa, you can actually go to the campus and they will go through the process and explain how to do a search if it's not something you've done before. If you don't live in Tampa, you can call on the telephone or you can do online and they will teach you that way. You just need to make sure that you give enough time and don't wait until the day the assignment is due. The other thing that is a really invaluable resource on there, well, there's two things. You have the APA, which if you click on that, there's tons and tons of atomic learning. It tells you everything you need to know, step by step, how to set the page up, what numbers to put in to get the tables to work, everything. It also has a link to the Writing Center, which is another great resource. If English is not your primary language, it's also an excellent resource. They will look at your paper, make sure that the grammar is correct, and that sort of thing. This particular course, we don't do a lot of true paper writing, but we do a little bit. And so it's still a good resource. For it, whether you use it now or whether you use it in a course in the future, it's just good to know it's there. So overall, I think that's basically what I wanted to cover today. Again, I cannot reiterate enough. If you have any questions, contact your individual instructor. That's what we're here for. Don't let it feel anonymous because we are here. We're real people. We answer the phone. Just give us a call, and we'll be happy to talk you through any problems that you may or may not encounter. And we hope that you have a very, very successful semester. Most students enjoy this class, and we hope you will as well. So thank you and good luck.